Let's see what this SEO lead's all about. Just came in.
John Massachusetts.
Oh, hey, John. This is Ricky with Savannah Properties.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well, John.
Well, here, I'll keep it easy. So I have people hunting me out to get rid of one of my rental properties.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to, maybe I'll run it by you. I have someone else that wants to make an offer, but I just didn't like the way they conducted business.
I got you.
Not picking up the phone, not responding, then calling me 35 times, but then I'm calling and, like that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to keep things sweet and easy and honest.
Sure.
So what, you still buying up homes?
Yeah, always.
Okay.
I did notice it looked like the house was bought a year ago, and I mean, typically.
Well, no, the house was not purchased a year ago. The house was purchased 15 years ago. We purchased the house 15 years ago. One of the small loans on the property had to be. Hold on, let me walk outside.
Okay.
I got my kids doing something. So the house was purchased about 15 years ago.
Okay.
There was a small, before I had met my wife, her idiotic father put her in one of those, loans that come to fruition after 20 years and then, or whatever, 15 years or whatever it was, and then you were supposed to either pay it in full. We're not under any distress in the property, first of all. It's not like we have to do it. It's just I moved to Florida in the middle of the pandemic.
Okay.
The market value's high right now. And it's a good spot for an investor. I mean, it's got a tenant in it. The tenant will leave. I spoke to him and told him I was going to do this. So basically that's where it's at. We own the property. My wife owns the property. And we're going to look to offload it. And before we go to the market and all that, if there's an easier agreement where we don't got to pay an agent and we don't got to deal with all the BS, we'd be happy to hear it.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you there. I'm just being transparent with you. I just don't think those numbers are going to work for us and you. I mean, typically, you're just going to be giving away too much equity selling to guys like us. A lot of the times people want the easy button, but they also kind of want the same amount minus realtor fees.
I don't want the same amount minus the realtor per se. I mean, the range down there on that property from all the different people in the houses that have sold is somewhere between 190 and 210. I'm going to have the house painted and I'm going to have, whatever needs to be repaired. So it's,
right.
A visual to the eye or whatever. The question, I don't mind losing some coin if it's a bing, bang, boom, done.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you sound like an educated guy and you've thought about this.
I've been in this industry a long time.
Yeah.
I do insurance, I've done mortgages.
I got you. Okay.
I've done it all. So,
right.
I mean, right now, on a property like that, what would you be thinking?
I mean, I haven't even
looked at it for 2 seconds. So
right. But that's what I'm saying. I proposed that question to you because you've owned the property for 15 years. You must have a number of the easy button type sale of what you would be willing to walk away with.
All right, how about this? How much for your firm, what are your underwriting guidelines when you do this? So if you look at a house and it's worth 210, or say it's worth 200 flat to make it easy, are you looking to get the thing for 20% less than market? Are you looking to get it for 25% less than market? What are you looking to do?
I mean, we're trying to get the house as cheap as possible.
Well, yeah, I know that. But
and I know you're trying to get the most as possible, and you know the house well. So, I mean, if you give me a number that you need to walk away from it, I could have my underwriting team take a look at it. But we don't just spend time, kind of just underwriting deals of non-distressed homeowners and giving you an offer so you can shop it around to everyone.
No, that's why. That's not what I want to do. What I'm saying is I got people calling me left and right?
Right,
They're
but you're calling me.
I haven't done anything with anybody. I just had the one person that I said, all right, let me entertain this. I just didn't like. I said, you know what? Let me call somebody myself because
totally.
I'm gonna get rid of this thing one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So,
hear you. And
I mean, I'm trying to think in my head.
yeah,
Let's see, 136. And what fees? Like, if you purchase, I'm trying to come up with
oh,
a number. What fees
no
come
fees.
with it?
No fees. So if you own if you have any liens against the property, obviously those get paid off, and then everything else though is to you. So if there's no liens against the property, and we offered you, let's say, 100,000, just hypothetical number, you would walk away with 100,000. So we pay all the
Okay.
closing costs, no other fees, no commissions. We don't, nickel and dime you for anything like that, as is.
Something is like something like that that's worth 200. Are you in the 165 range, or is that just out of control to you?
No, it varies. Like the market that it's in, obviously, like a hotter market will pay more. The condition, there's so many variables, so that's why usually it's just easier if you give me a number, I get it over my underwriting team, or even a range at least, and then
Yeah,
if we're close,
anywhere from say 160, anywhere in the 165, 180 range. Tell them to look at it. The houses are selling over there in like 2 to 4 days, somewhere in that range.
I got you.
You can take a look at the, you can take a look at what's sold in there, and you can take a look at how long it's taken to sell.
Right.
And then let me know what your thought process is on it.
Totally.
And then we'll go from there. I mean, it'll be, like I said, that's all I want. Simple.
Okay.
You could come back to me and say, I ain't giving you more than 100 fucking grand for this thing. I'll say, cool, I'll have to go the real estate route.
All right, cool. I was going to say, if we can't, let's say if they're like, we're not even really close to 165, should I even call you back?
Well, just shoot me a text.
Okay, or shoot you a text. All right, sure.
I'm trying to do it in my head. If I was an investor, if I was an investor, I want 20% on my return. That's a good day.
Right.
So if the house is normally 210 and it has some shit, that needs to be done or whatever, let's say it was at 190. Let's just say that's what it would sell at market. I'm saying between, if you take, let's say 20, 30, so like 165, 170 range, if there's no fees or anything and you call it a day,
I got you.
That leaves 30, 40 grand in your range, that you could flip and quickly. So I don't know, thinking that's like the only major thing, and then the deck in the back has a board off that we're going to repair. And then I said, is there anything that's absolutely insane that I need to know about? And he said, absolutely not. I said, okay.
Well, when was the last time you were actually in the property, or like someone in your team?
Before I left, probably like 9 months ago.
All right, so it hasn't been too long.
Nah, dude, listen, this is a guy I trust. He'll tell me straight. This is more than just a tenant. We've been through a lot, so I mean.
Oh, I got you. What's their timeline?
What's my timeline? My timeline is the tenant's got to do what he's got to do.
Yeah.
So,
do you know how long the tenant might need to get out?
Well, this is working out for both of us in the same range because he's going to be moving. When he called me and was like, presented me with that, he may have a place to go. I said, this is perfect because between me, you, and the wall, he's got really low rent. I've wanted to raise his rent for a while, but I was not going to do that to him in the middle of Corona because he paid me on time. He paid me on time every time in the middle of Corona.
I got you.
So I'm not coming in the middle of Corona like, hey, give me another $200 a month and just,
Right, you don't want to be that guy.
I'm not going to be that guy.
I got you.
So it's all up for conversation. He can figure it out. So, are you talking maybe, 30 days? Yeah,
usually 30 days is fine. I'm just saying, like, we're on our way down to Little Lake Harbor now, a property that we just bought today that we're seeing for the first time. So would we be able to maybe even check out the property?
Isn't that a win?
We're usually trying to make 30 to 40 grand on kind of like in this price range. We're usually trying to make 30 or 40 grand. Remember, also on a project like this, there's going to be about 25,000 in holding costs. So, you have to factor those in too. Our cost of money, we're going to sell it with realtor fees, so then we're going to have to pay the realtor fees on the back end. We're going to have to pay closing costs twice. So usually on a sell price around, let's say, 225 or 240 or something like that, we're looking at about 25,000 in holding costs. I would like to see the house so I could see what we might spend on repair. We might not touch it. You might be right. Maybe we just clean it out and then we look at the comps and say, I don't know, should we fix it? Should we not? So we kind of evaluate. Yeah.
If it was me and like, let's just say I go to market with this in 30 days, I would just paint it. It's just really.
Yeah, those are our favorite projects. Like this other one in Little Egg Harbor that we just picked up. That's probably what we might not even touch it. I don't know. We haven't even seen it yet. But ideally, we like doing that. We don't like major or crazy rehabs where we have to pull 100 permits and shit. So it might be up our alley, but
it's a townhome. There is no major.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I just saw it.
Like,
so
that's why I figured with you guys, this may be something.
Yeah, it might be easy. If we can make a.
Hold back. Do you mean hold back 25% of the money for your?
No, I'm talking about holding costs. As far as.
All right.
Yeah. We're gonna have to pay 6% to the realtor fees. We're gonna have to pay closing costs twice.
6% to the realtor fees if we don't have a realtor.
No. When we sell it, because we're gonna, we're trying to get.
On the
because we're gonna. But you're selling it cheap to the investor route, the easy button. Then we're gonna, take the time. It's probably gonna take 3 or 4 months. Show a bunch of, retail buyers. Have 3 of them.
St. Johns County.
Oh, I got you.
I bought it before when Trump came out in lockdown.
Yeah.
Like remember those 2 weeks back, like a year and a half ago in March?
Yeah.
I freaking moved in the middle of that.
Oh, smart man.
I said, "Ain't no way I'm staying in New Jersey, bro. This is gonna be crazy."
Right.
And I took the best thing I ever did in my life.
I totally get you there. But yeah, pretty much so.
Value freaking doubled.
Right. I mean, that was a pro, but crazy times. But it's a good time to sell. But I mean, it's pretty simple for us. I mean, if it's a very easy type of deal for us, and we see a lot of comps, and the market's good, when we look at days on market and all those things, if we can make 30 grand after our holding costs, then it's a deal for us. So we just kind of work backwards. We're going to look at comps and days on market and see, okay, can we sell this thing pretty quickly? What's it going to sell for? And we minus our holding costs, and then we minus our profit, and then that's going to be where we get.
You need about 6%, 12, another, so you need 15. So you're looking for, if you're looking to make 30, that's about 45 grand. So 210.
Because the 6% and then closing costs are going to be a couple grand both times, because we would pay closing costs when we buy it from you, and then we're also paying closing costs when we sell it, because generally the seller pays closing costs.
All right.
But
let me see if he's around.
Okay. We're going to be down there in.
You're probably driving down south.
Yeah, we are. We're going to be down there in 20 minutes. So, and we're checking out other properties. So, if you could possibly get us in there, or like I said, it's me and my partner. You're talking to the 2 owners in the car right now too. So, I'm usually in Arizona, so you kind of got us at a really good time if we could possibly see it.
Yeah, let me see if he's around. I'll call you back.
All right, sounds good, John.
Thank you.
See it. So, I don't know. We'll see. He's obviously a smart, educated guy in this situation. I haven't really looked at the numbers, but I don't know. He might be looking for the easy button, and we might be able to make a quick 25, 30, 20, 25K. Now, sometimes if we don't have to do shit, it's like a condo, it's clean, it's a hot market, it's going to sell in a couple days. Sometimes we're okay only making 20 to 25,000. Now, if we have to do a massive renovation, or it's a super risky project and it's a weird house, those types of houses, it's a lot more risk. So we would want to make more money. So I don't know. I'll have to run the numbers myself. You never want to trust sellers either. Sellers are the biggest fucking liars of all time. But you sounded like an educated guy. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned.